Oh man, I've watched him for years on YouTube, and it's just incredible to see him, become the artist he is after all this time. It's just amazing. We're gonna move on. Next up, we have Kaspar Jalily, also coming from France, I believe, right now. So I'm gonna invite him in on the chat here. Yeah, amazing indeed. And thank you everybody for staying tuned in. It's good to be doing this. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, it's just kind of a fun idea. Turned into a nice little concert here. So we're just booting up a stream here with Kaspar. And like I was saying, if we have connection issues, we're just going to work on it. Kaspar, what's up, man?
Yo, what's up, Corey?
Dude, how are you?
It's good to see you, man. I'm okay. We're at home on lockdown,
Yeah,
so just making it work.
dude. Where's home? Just for everybody listening, where's
It's the southern suburb of Paris, so like Paris area.
Paris area? What's going on right now in terms of like what's the atmosphere like in southern Paris or just Paris in general?
Well, there's no atmosphere at all, man. It's just like everybody is at home, and like if you want to go out, you have to make a paper to kind of authorize yourself to go out, or else you get fined. So it's kind of strict, actually. It's kind of unreal, to be honest.
So people
But
would stop you if you were walking.
I'm sorry, what?
So somebody might stop you if you were walking and
Oh yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, there's like policemen all over, and they're asking, basically you have to fill a paper saying, I'm out either to get groceries or like for a work thing that I cannot do from home, or I'm rescuing my family members, or like some
wow.
like major stuff. You have to have a valid reason to step out the house, or else you get fined.
Wow. And oh man.
Yep.
What about so that obviously means restaurants, bars, anywhere music's happening.
Oh yeah, there's nothing open, just like supermarkets.
Just supermarkets.
Yeah.
It's the same here in Chicago. All the Broadway musicals, all the
So
pubs.
unreal, man.
It's all
Unreal.
yeah, it's closed up. What's man, that's just so strange. How long has that been that way where you actually need a paper to walk around?
Since Monday, and it's gonna be until April 1st, something like that. Like 15 days from like last Monday. I mean, like 2 days ago.
It's such a strange time. My wife is a teacher, and this morning she was giving, she was doing classes on her computer, like she was teaching her students
Right.
through Skype.
And I mean, we're lucky to have all that though, so we can at least like keep going to some extent, you know?
Yes. Yes. I wanted to ask you something I've been asking all the artists who are participating in the talent show here. Basically, what's your quarantine album? If you have to have one album that you could only stick with for the entirety of this process, however long that may end up being, and it truly can just be so what no like cheating one or two, like just the one.
Just the one. Well,
The one that
man, this is already what I've been doing though. So it's basically kind of joining Chris on this one. Is the Voodoo album by D'Angelo. I can bump this album, and I remember listening to it with some friends, and literally every song that comes on, we're like, okay, this is my favorite song.
Yeah.
And then the next one comes on, and you're like, no, actually, this is my favorite. And it's like for every song, it's that. It's just that good. And timeless too.
Definitely. Do you remember where you were when you heard it for the first time, or
Yeah,
what part of
I
your
actually do.
what was
And
it?
it's so whack though. Like I was well studying music, and I was doing only rock stuff. And I was thinking, well, I should really get into jazz and all that stuff, because it seems like a big deal. And I went online and I downloaded a pirate copy of like the 100 best songs of smooth jazz, and there was D'Angelo Lady in it. And this is how I got into D'Angelo, because this is not the same album, right? So I listened to Lady and I was like, yo, this is killing. And then I checked out more D'Angelo, and that's how I found the Voodoo album. So literally just sitting at home trying to learn jazz, and then D'Angelo pops up, and my whole world is just...
Was there like is there like one favorite segment of that record, like even more microscopic than one song?
Oh,
There's
okay.
like one.
Man, like, well, obviously all the guitar solo stuff by Charlie Hunter
Yeah,
is
Spanish joint, right?
insane. It's Spanky and Charlie Hunter and D as well is playing guitar on the record. So it's those three guys that have been doing guitar duties. But all the Charlie Hunter stuff, like Spanish joint and uh, Great Day Morning or something like that. I can't remember the title. Man, all that stuff where he played the bass line and the chords at the same time is just so incredible.
Definitely. It's amazing. I agree.
Yep.
I think Spanish joint is the one I keep coming back to.
Yeah, with Roy Hargrove on trumpet. I mean, the whole cast of this album is just insane.
It's insane. Well, that's the second vote for Voodoo or Voodoo Tangential.
Right. Voodoo Live.
So, all right. Can I ask you to play something for us?
For sure. I'm going to play something that is from my transcription and track course. That is called F sharp minor to C sharp minor.
Cool.
It's some rock stuff. I'll play it and we'll talk about it after.
Sweet. Let me get a level from you.
Yeah. Is that all right?
Beautiful.
All right. Let's go.
Dude!
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I think the track might have been a little loud. I'm not sure.
No, it came out great. Dude.
All right.
Well,
So basically, what's going on there? What I really want to kind of showcase, I guess, in this, if I can get the camera right, is that you can incorporate like kind of jazz fusion changes over rock stuff, if that makes sense. So if I break down the chords of like that first section, I'm only gonna do the first section. Let's maintain this a short lesson. But so it's in F sharp minor. It starts on E sus, which is the 5, which is kind of weird to start on, but it's what it is. Then goes to F sharp minor, then G major, 9, then A major. So this is already kind of like switching key centers, right? And then even more messed up, just A flat, back to G, back to F sharp minor, and then E major, which is I guess the 5, and instead of going to the 4, D major, which would kind of make sense in the descending motion, I resolve it to A flat, which is
yeah.
Right?
Whoa.
So, and this is already kind of like, you know, not jazz changes, but it's definitely something you don't hear in rock music at all. And I was always, this is kind of like the sound that I grew up on, like loud drums and like distorted guitars and stuff. And I was like, yo, the harmony's always kind of, you know, stuck to the same vibes all the time. And unless you get into the really progressive stuff, I couldn't really find something that's just like, I felt like the right in between. Just like, you still get that rock energy with, you know, that rawness to it, but still get some kind of like harmonic richness to it.
Well, what you're doing almost sounds symphonic. Like if I could hear like an orchestra resolve to that kind of change. Like it's almost
right.
like a
Yeah,
movie
definitely.
score. It's out of left field but so natural and so rich.
Yeah, yeah, and also the whole arpeggio stuff. Like if I break down just the arpeggio section, which is this. Right, this is super like a violin
Yes.
vibe. You know, I don't know how to put it into words, but it's kind of like I could totally imagine this being like a violin or orchestra section on top of these chords. But you can apply it in like rock stuff, so fun stuff.
Man, one of my favorite things that you mentioned in your courses is like just the need to work on that stuff with a clean tone.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. I can actually show it with a clean tone too, if that's of any help. So this is how I would practice it. Like. You know, really getting that note consistency, I guess. You want to create a really nice like default setting on your playing while you're doing this, which is something that jazz players do a lot to get like really even phrases. But I think if you apply it in like a pop or a rock context, it can work like really well. Like. That sounds even more classical with a clean tone.
It's so awesome, man.
Yeah. So if you're interested in getting to like more of that stuff, I explain it a lot in my modern guitar vocabulary and transcription and tracks. Cool. There's a lot of stuff out there for you to learn this stuff.
Right on. And I should say you have a bunch of instructional material. I want to give a shout out to Pick Up Jazz. I know you've got a course with them and some songs and pods. And then plenty of transcriptions out there for free on your channel.
Yep, on Soundslice.
Yeah. Before I let you go, what's the best way people can support you or musicians in your circle right now with all the gigs being just a giant question mark, you know? Yeah,
I mean, I guess the best answer to that would be just check out the Soundslice courses. What a better time to learn, you know? Even for myself, I've been buying online courses myself to try and you know, improve in some areas that I think I'm slacking. I booked some Skype lessons with some guitars that I really love myself. So this is the simplest and most, I guess, direct way to support musicians right now. Everybody kind of jumped in the Skype lesson wagon now that, you know, there's no gigs anymore, which is absolutely fine. So if you have a musician that you really appreciate, definitely hit them up. You know, this is how I learned initially with actually another artist from Soundslice called Kerry Marshall. You know, I couldn't get into jazz school, so I hit them up for Skype lessons. Kerry was down, and that was, you know, that was the start.
That's awesome.
Yeah, man. So it kind of worked out for me. So I recommend you do the same.
That's awesome. Well, dude, thank you so much, Kaspar, for taking the time sharing with us. I really appreciate it. I'm going to let you go, but thank you very much.
Absolutely, man. Take care. I'll speak to you soon.
Talk to you soon. Bye.